Hi Flosstube, this is Kimberly Ann and I am back with video number 3. If you're returning, welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. If you're new, welcome, and I hope you like what you see. This is my channel where I share my love of cross stitch and everything in the cross stitch community that I'm doing. Also, I share a little bit of life stuff and how things are going in my life and what's been going on. And I share any great finds that I find on the internet or through friends or whatever. So grab you something to drink and sit down and watch for a little bit. This is going to be a short one because I didn't do much stitching the last 2 weeks, but I'll explain why in a minute. So on to some life stuff first. Last Saturday, we threw my parents their 50th anniversary surprise party, and I will tell you, I'm so proud of my kids and my nieces and nephews. They did a wonderful job of planning this all by themselves. The only thing I helped with and that my sister helped with was a little bit of food. And I invited their friends that my kids did not know who to invite. But other than that, it was perfect. I had a cousin and her family from out of town come in that my mom and dad hasn't seen in a while. So they were really excited. A good bit of their friends stopped by, and lots of family. Even some of my kids' friends stopped in to say hi, you know, because my parents they're wonderful people and everybody loves them. So even my kids' friends call them Grandma and Grandpa. So we told them a week before that my husband and I was going to pick them up and bring them to lunch. So we ran over by their house after we got everything decorated at the community center. And I told them, I'm like, come on, we have to go. It's getting busy. It's lunchtime because it was around 12:30. I'm like, just come on, we got to go. So they asked where we were going. I told them we were going to this little place called Rogers. Well, Rogers is a bar. My parents don't drink. But they didn't know that. So my dad's like, oh, I've never heard of that place. I'm like, oh, Daddy, they have really good food. Because AKA, they really do have good food. So it was just a sneak. But anyway, so we tell them to follow us. And we pulled up to the little community center, which is actually right down the street from Rogers. And I jump out and I'm telling my dad, park right here, park right here. And he says, no, I'm 67 years old and I've never parked in a handicapped spot before. I'm not about to do that. I'm not handicapped. I'm like, Daddy, just park right here. So he pulls up and he's like, why are we voting? Because there's this little sign, because it's a voting precinct, and it says, you know, voting poll for such and such on this day at this time. And I'm like, Daddy, we don't vote for 2 more weeks. Just park here. And he's like, well, what are we doing? I said, I said, just get out the dang car. So they get out and he can hear the music because the kids are in there ready to party. And he's like, when did they make the community center a restaurant? I'm like, I don't know, Daddy. Opened like 3 weeks ago. I said, everybody says it's good. Come on. So I'm like, you go in first. So him and my mom go to open the door. And I'm like, he hears my kids in the background saying, shh, shh, shh. So the grandkids are all like, shh, they're outside. So my dad opens the door and everybody yells surprise. I'm like, okay, so I may have told a little bit of a lie. And he's just looking at me like, what the hell? I said, Daddy, just go in. And they're like, my dad's crying. My mom is crying. They're so surprised. Then they get inside and see my cousin and her family from out of town. And then they're just bawling their eyes out. I'm crying. My cousin and her husband's crying. Then they turn around and see their friends. Look, I'm getting teary-eyed, y'all. My dad and my mom are just amazing people. I mean, we argue, everybody argues with their parents, but I'm telling you, you have not met the sweetest couple, I'm sure. They're just so sincere. They love everybody they meet. And I was so happy that my kids were, and my sister's kids, were raised to know how important family is, and that they took it upon themselves to throw this party for my parents. And I'm sorry, I'm getting teary-eyed. I'm just so excited that my parents had such a wonderful day. And it was amazing. We had so much fun. We laughed, we cut up. The kids were running around acting crazy. Like, they went we kept having to get the grandkids out of the woods. They built this little fort thing with sticks in the backyard. Like all the adults were inside and the kids were outside, but it was an amazing day. And I'm so happy. If y'all follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen a crap ton of pictures, and I'm sorry, but we just had so much fun I had to share. So now, let's go on to whips. I don't have many. Like I said, I've been busy. But I do have a good bit of progress on a couple. So let's see. Let's go with the plant salve first. This one, I don't know. When we first started it, I was just absolutely in love and just wanting to stitch every time the thing come out. And now I'm just not so much in love with it. I don't know. I guess because it drug out. I don't know. But anyway, last time you saw it, I had everything over here. So the only thing I've added is this plant here. So I'm actually, this is 7, there's 12, so I'm 5 behind. And I also have to add the other shelf up here. So, I mean, that's not too bad. I can probably finish it by the end of March. I don't know if I will. It just depends on how the month goes, but I am trying. But these little plants are so cute. Okay, so that's that one. Let's see what's next. My bee sampler. I am addicted to anything with a bee on it. I love bees. I have been trying to talk my husband into let me be a beekeeper, even though I run from them every time I get around a bee. But I'm trying to overcome my fear. They're so pretty and they are so important to our environment. So just yesterday, I was like, please, honey, please let me be a beekeeper. He thinks I'm nuts, but one day we're going to have bees. I promise you. So I am in love with this project. I put it down for a little bit. I started stitching on it again and I cannot put it down. So here we go. The last time you saw this one, I had this flower and I think either half or 3/4 of this and a tiny bit of this one. So I am almost done with page 1 and I've already started on part of page 2. Let's see. Right here is where page 2 starts. So I went ahead and did this because I had the yellow on there. And then I stitched this and I was like, what the heck? I'll just use up the rest of my black. So this is a leaf that I didn't finish. I'll finish that today. But this is absolutely gorgeous. I love that it's only 3 colors. The gold, black, and yellow. I don't know what it is. Maybe because I'm a Saints fan by birth. But I just love these 3 colors. The combination is gorgeous. And this blue sky fabric, I dyed this myself. I wanted it to look like it was in the sky. Originally, I thought I was going to make a pillow out of it, but now I'm really liking it. I think I'm going to have it framed. I don't know if I'll frame it myself or send it off. I haven't decided, but I really want to hang it out on the wall instead of it laying on the bed. But yeah, y'all, this is just so pretty. I can't help it. I'm addicted to this project. And I'm addicted to Lila Studios, which is where this is from. I have quite a few of her patterns. And I actually, in my haul, I have 2 more. And I have like 8 more that I added to my wish list. So, we have a problem. Let's see, what's my next one? Oh, my Halloween Quaker. I finally got around to starting my Halloween Quaker. I'm waiting currently for one of my pieces of haul. It should be delivered any minute now. Is a stand because I cannot hold that 11 by 17 frame and stitch. So right now I have it on a 6-inch, which is crazy. But this is the very beginning. This is the first motif. And I just have a few stitches. I mean, it's more than a few. It is, I don't remember. I thought I wrote it down. Let's see. Well, heck. I thought I wrote it down. I guess I didn't write it down. It's 500 or 600, I think. But anyway, this fabric, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I posted that I forgot my fabric in the oven. Well, this is it. It's not burnt. It's not crispy. It's still soft. It's just got really, really dark scorch marks in it where it was crinkled. But I actually love it like that. I think it makes it look grungy for Halloween. So once I get it all stitched, I really think I'm going to like the dark in there. But it has some really light spots. I think I did this with yellow and purple and tea. Like tea dyeing, and then yellow and purple. I'm pretty sure that's what it did. Okay, and then my fourth whip is my start for the Long Dog Leap Day sale. I wanted to get at least 480 stitches in on Sunday. We had an event that I'll talk about at the end of the video that kept me from wanting to stitch all day, but I did manage to get some. But this is the pattern I've chosen. It is Angel Pavement by Long Dog Samplers. This is my first Long Dog, so I'm super excited. And this sucker is going to be huge. So I'm doing it on 14 count because I am in the process of getting new glasses. I can't see anything but 14 count, so that's what I'm working on. But anyway, this is 135 stitches. It's just part of the inside border. I'm not going to just work on this on the 29th. I mean, the 29th of each month will be dedicated to my Long Dog for the sale, but I'm going to try to put in work on other days when I'm not feeling like working on something else. That way I can make good progress because it's, like I said, it's a large pattern. So that's that. And then I have one whip that now is a finish. It was actually a start in February too, so that is good. So this is my Spring Barnyard Stack by Cherry Hill Design, or Cherry Hill Stitchery, I'm sorry. I'll link her below. Isn't it cute? I love this pattern. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do with it, how I wanted to display it, and I wanted to get it up quick because it feels like spring here now. So I went ahead and made it into a little pillow, and it just sits up on my shelf. My granddaughter thinks it's a baby doll pillow, but it is not. All right. And that is all the projects that I worked on in February. I don't know why, like February got away from me. I did do a lot of organizing of my floss, and I still have about 500 skeins to wind on bobbins. So every day I made myself a rule because I have to get this done. For every hour that I stitch, if I stitch 1 hour that day, I have to skein 15. I mean, I have to wind 15 skeins. So 2 hours, 30 skeins. It's helping since I put that on myself last week, but I still have probably close to 500 skeins to wind, and I tell you, I hate doing that. It is a necessary evil, so I'm doing it, but I hate it. It is the worst part of this hobby, I think. Yeah, I don't like it, but I'm trying to get better organized. Right now, this is how floss is in my closet. It's just like in bags, bundled up. And if I need a color, I have to dump everything on the floor, pick out the color I need, put everything back. And in the process, hope that my 1-year-old granddaughter doesn't pull the stickers, the little tubes off that tell you the number. Because then I have a bunch of them that I don't have a clue what they are. So they're just in a bag. And if I like it, I use it. But I don't know what it is. So I have to make sure, small enough project that I don't run out. Okay, so what's next? Let's see. February recap. In February, I put 1,796 stitches into Bee Sampler. I put 1,965 stitches into my plant sale through Stitchonomy. And I put 400 stitches into my Jardin Privy weather sale. I didn't show it, but I put 400 stitches into that one. And I had Halloween Quaker as a new start, and I had Angel Pavement as a new start, and I only got one prompt done for Enchanting Stitches, and that was number 4 on week 2, and that was it. I'm not feeling that group this month. In January I did really good. This month it's kind of like I think it's because I had a lot of stuff going on. But, I don't know. Plus, February was kind of short. It seemed like it went really fast, so I didn't get much done. But I'm fine with that. And I ended the month, holy crap, at negative 62.25 on Stitch from Stash. So, I have goals to get a lot of stuff finished this month. But everything I'm working on is big projects, so I'm going to have to dig through my iPad and find a bunch of small ones and crank them suckers out because I have got to get out of the negative. This is killing me. Like, everybody's like, oh, credit of $18 plus $23 plus $9. And I'm like, yeah, I went shopping yesterday. So I have to get into the positive. So Erin, to Martini Stitcher, I feel you, girl. You're at 60 something dollars. So am I. We like to shop, but we still working. It's good. Let's see. Let's go to my March plans. March, I'm hoping, is a fun month. It's going to be a good month. So for I'm using my 24 hours of cross stitch binder. I love this. I cannot tell you how much I love this. I'm telling you. If you need help staying on track or figuring out what you're doing or getting organized, go buy this from Quirks and Stitches on Etsy. It's only a few dollars. I had this thing wire bound printed. It was a clear plastic cover. I just added a piece of fancy cardstock that I had from my Cricut and taped it on there. But it was like $30, I think. And that was with printing like 10 to 12 of a bunch of pages that I wanted extras just in case I needed to write something down that's not cross stitch related, you know, family stuff. I have extra calendar pages. I printed 52 of the weekly recaps. I printed like I think 10 extras of the marathons in case I want to do my own marathons. And I know I printed extras of some other stuff, but it was like $30. And it only took them maybe 25 minutes to do the whole project. I just brought it in on a flash drive to Office Depot. So anyway, my March highlights, this is what my goals are for the month. I want to make good progress on the bee sampler and my Halloween Quaker, which, fingers crossed, I'm hoping to have bee sampler finished by the second week of March. I want to have 4 new starts for March Madness, which I've already got 2. Or no, technically I have 1 because I started the Leap Day sale on the 29th of February, not the 1st of March. So I have 1. I need to do 3 more. I need finishes to add to my budget that's in the negative. We talked about that a second ago. And then I need to do more FFOing of my projects. I have a whole dresser drawer full of stuff that is stitched since last year that's just sitting there. I keep saying, oh, I want to put this, like, my Ouija board. I want to put it on a tray and then get a sheet of glass covered, put it on top and seal it so I can use it at Halloween for like a serving tray or a display on my table. It's still sitting in the drawer. I've been saying that since September of last year. Still sitting in the drawer. I have tons of Christmas projects I've done. Just sitting in the drawer. My thing is, oh, I don't feel like messing with it. Let me just throw it into a pillow and stuff it. I don't want to do that. I want to make some cute stuff that looks cute on the shelf. And then number 5 is to get my mess of floss organized. I am currently in the process of that, but Lord help me, I hope I'm done by March. And then, let's see. So for this month, my stitching was, I put, on Sunday, I put 128 into my bee sampler and 41 in the Halloween Quaker. Monday, I put 156 into a Halloween Quaker. Tuesday, I put 267 into Halloween Quaker and 274 into the bee sampler. And yesterday, I put 487 into the bee sampler. So that's my stitching for this month and my plans. I do have my acrostic ready. Let's see. I want to do at least 1 row of my Christmas list that I have just hanging around. I want to start on George and Martha and do 120 stitches. I need to finish the bee sampler page 1. I want to finish my first large motif and start a second motif on Halloween Quaker. I want to start Sirena by Lila Stitches, which is my mermaid pattern. It's actually the one that Bree called me out for enabling her to buy it the other day. I love you, Bree. You love mermaids. It's good. Let's see. Then I want to do at least one more plant on the plant sale a week. One plant a week. That'll give me 4. But I know if I get to 4, I'll do the 5th one and be done. I want to get at least 4 hours a week on my angel pavement. And yeah, that's it. That's my whole acrostic. So now let's go into my haul, which is not much, but I have some. One of the things is the hoop stand that goes on your lap or the table that Bree from Bree's Stitching Stuff showed. I finally ordered that. I'm waiting on the Amazon truck now. I wish they'd hurry up so I can work on my Halloween quicker. But I will show you that next time. I bought another pack of Frixion pins for marking my fabric and my patterns because mine, I just used the last one and it's dead. So that was like $6. And then my daughter-in-law, we were in Walmart yesterday in the school supply section getting the Frixion pins, and she found these. They're the cutest little, let me hold them this way. They're the cutest little zip document folders. And they were, all of them except for this mermaid pattern one was 94 cents. The mermaid pattern, I guess because it's mermaid pattern, was $1.94. But they're cute. They're letter sized. They'll hold a whole pattern, and they accordion out at the bottom about 1 inch. So you can probably use them for project bags, which I was thinking is a really good idea because if we're going somewhere that takes a while to drive, I usually grab a project to take with me, but I don't carry a purse. And my cloth project bags, if it's raining, they get damp and I don't want them to smell funny. So I was thinking these would be good for like rainy days or if I want to go somewhere and it might rain, put the stuff in here. Okay, and then, so for patterns, I told y'all I love Lila's Studio. So this is Sirena. Let me get you where you can see. And I don't know if I want to finish her as a bag or bag like this or a pillow. Haven't decided. I may even hang her on the wall. But I have not stitched on anything but 14 count, like my entire stitching career since I was 20 years old, 48 now. But I ordered, or I have not ordered, I am going to order some smaller pieces of Lugana from 123 Stitch and try those out. If I like it and I can see it well, because I'm going to get new glasses this next week. So if I can see it well, I'm going to order a big piece for this one. So I'm not going to start this one yet. I really want to wait because I think if I want to do it in a bag, it can't be Ada. I don't think it'll look good with Ada. And I also want to do that with Night Walk Down. So I'm waiting to start Night Walk Down until I try out the 28 count Lugana. 123 Stitch has some 8x12 pieces for like $5.10 a piece. I'm going to order a couple of different colors of those and whip up some small projects, which will count to my, what do you call it? My Stitch to Stash. So that'll help me there, but yeah, I mean, I'm spending money, but I'll eventually make it back. But that will tell me if I can do it. And if I can, I'm going to do Night Walk Down and the Mermaid for sure. And probably everything else on Lugana instead of 14 count Ada. But this is my other Lila Studio. It's called NeverMore. I am a huge Edgar Allan Poe fan. In school, in literature, I hated everything except for Edgar Allan Poe. So this is perfect for me. I love it. It will go great with my Halloween collection, but I can actually leave it up because it doesn't say anything about Halloween. And then, like I said, I'm a huge Edgar Allan Poe fan. I saw this on Autumn Lane's video, one of their Flosstube videos, and I just had to have it. I absolutely love this. Can you see it? I'm trying to get the glare. But that is gorgeous. I love Edgar Allan Poe, and that face is so recognizable. If you're a Poe fan, you know that's Edgar Allan Poe. So this is definitely going to be a favorite piece, and I probably will not take it down after Halloween. It's probably going to be a year-round because I I am a huge fan. Like when my kids were younger and they were learning in middle school, when they were starting to read other things besides kids' books, but they didn't want long, drawn out books to read, I would always say, oh, go read this short story from Edgar Allan Poe, or go read that one. And so they like them too. So that's all from my haul. So I want to make a personal statement. The reason why I was not stitching a lot in the last week, I'm going to try not to get teary-eyed. I lost a dear friend of mine that I grew up with to domestic violence on Sunday morning. So on Instagram, Facebook, I've been sharing the domestic abuse hotline information like crazy. So if you know someone being abused, please reach out to them. Sorry. 90% of domestic abuse cases do not end well in America, or probably around the world. I know in America, the average is about 90% does not make it. Jennifer was a dear friend of mine. She was a sweet girl, wonderful, loving mother. She had problems in the past. She was overcoming alcohol abuse, or alcohol addiction. She put herself in rehab. She was clean. She was sober. Every morning on Instagram, Facebook, she was sending out devotionals, what she was studying herself and how it applied to other people. She always made sure to send me one to my personal message box on Facebook. And she never failed to tell me how proud she was of me for my weight loss journey. And I'm just so glad that I was able to tell her how proud of her I was for her journey as well. It was a big shock because the last thing I saw from her Saturday night was her telling my parents happy anniversary under the party link because she did not make it to the party. She had spent the day with her sons, which I'm so happy. But evidently she had an amazing day Saturday with her kids. And I am so grateful that she was able to enjoy her day. But tragically Saturday night, early Sunday morning, around 12:30 a.m. Sunday, she lost her life. Her husband murdered her. Evidently, he murdered her and then walked outside, and it just so happened a police officer was passing by and he turned himself in. So, please, if you know someone being abused, or if you yourself are